playoffs are just around the corner, so of course I've got you 4 players that you need to be moving in your Dynasty leagues. We're going to start straight away with Marvin Harrison Jr. He's one of my favourite buy lows in redraft or in Dynasty. I think this playoff schedule is going to be fantastic. We've got that post-buy rookie bump incoming. I think we finally saw, after the Cardinals making his life very difficult, trying to turn him into a true X receiver at the NFL level, starting to give him some of those easier routes, those crossing routes, utilise that big body when he gets up to speed. No one can cover him. We've also seen the chemistry starting to come together with Kyler. I think that Marvin Harrison is due for a massive finish to the season. So far this year, yes, he's been a little bit boom bust, but he's had 5 of his 10 weeks so far over 15 points. I believe that this is the guy we all expected when we were going super high and super high from him as a rookie back in May, June, July. And yeah, I'd still happily pay 2 firsts for him. I think that there's potential that he could be the 101 in this 2025 rookie draft class. So that's how high I'm willing to pay if you're thinking those 2025 picks and what you're looking at. The guy to be negative, though, Jake Ferguson. I've never been a big fan of Jake Ferguson. I think he's a replacement level player that was buoyed by the scheme and the situation. And he left the game with a concussion on Sunday, and Luke Schumacher came in and replaced him almost like for like. You saw adding very little value to the targets, Jake Ferguson, so far last year or this year. And I just don't think that he warrants the price that you're having to pay to bring him onto your roster. I think the Cowboys are going to bring in another receiver in the offseason. There's going to be more competition for targets. And I just think that it's a good opportunity to get out on Jake Ferguson. Maybe you need to wait until the concussion's done, so you wait a week to sell. But I'd take any 20, 25 seconds. I think you can probably get a little bit more with how some people are valuing him at the tight end position. So he's just a replacement level guy that I think, yeah, he'll give you back end tight end 1 production as long as he's there. But he's never going to give me any season. I don't think if there's a change in Dallas, or indeed if he ends up leaving in free agency, I think his value could fall off a cliff. Before we get on to some more, though, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. We are closing in on fantasy players, so you want to make sure you're getting all the best content. We've got you covered right here. Getting a little bit deep now. Isaac Guerendo. Now, you're probably thinking, well, CMC's back. Mason was the handcuff. Why am I going to buy Isaac Guerendo? Well, I think this is the perfect opportunity to be sniffing around and buying guys like this. No one cares about him. Everyone's forgotten about him. You know, CMC's back, Mason's there. He's 3rd on the depth chart. No one's thinking about that. Well, Mason is a restricted free agent at the end of the year. I'd be shocked if the 49ers are going to pay him any sort of money to come back. Yeah, if he signs a minimum contract deal, but I think he's shown enough at the beginning of the year that a team's going to be willing to give him $3-4 million a year, maybe. I think Isaac Guerendo is a fantastic scheme fit for the Shanahan scheme. You've seen guys like Raheem Mostert who, you know, bounce around the NFL, aren't great, but they have that one skill of pure speed and one-cut ability. And that's what Guerendo's got in spades. So I think he's probably in the handcuff in 2025. And you saw what Mason did at the beginning of this year. We know CMC's not getting any younger. I want any starting running back in the Shanahan offense. And I think that you could probably go out and get him for as little as a 3rd round pick. Maybe get him as a throw-in, a bigger deal right now. But Isaac Guerendo's going to want one of my favourite kind of under-the-radar targets that you don't really care about, no one really thinks about going and buying him, but in a year's time, you could be sitting there very pretty if he is the priority handcuff in this 49ers offense. Someone I'm selling, though, Jeudy. Look, he's had 3 back-to-back weeks of fantastic production. Part of that is because the Browns are top 3 in pass attempts over those past 3 weeks. They've had some easy matchups. They've got some tougher games coming up. They've got to play the rest of that AFC North, which we know is tough. But the main thing is I'm looking towards 2025. Look, who's going to be the quarterback? I don't think Sean Watson will. James Winston, I doubt the Browns got the money to pay him to keep him in. So we're looking at someone else. Is that going to be a retread, bad backup? Or is that going to be a rookie? I don't know. I think there's some hype around him after what he did last week. I think it's a good opportunity to sell higher. To me, I think he's always going to be number 2 in this offense. Cedric Tillman, what he does is tougher, more difficult, and I think he's always going to be the one in this offense. So I'm happy to take a 2nd round pick. I think we could potentially get more for Jeudy right now. Off that hype, I think people are excited about what he could be for the playoffs this year. So I think it's a great opportunity to sell high. It's probably a last window to get on him. because I think his value is going to plummet. The last guy I'm talking about, though, you saw him on the thumbnail, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Now, I was okay on him as a prospect. He's my wide receiver too. I've been lukewarm on him since he's been in the NFL. I just think that basically the Seahawks haven't been using him correctly. They've been using him as an underneath slot receiver that seems low value targets, a little bit more than Wandale Robinson, but that sort of role, I think it's just not valuable for fantasy. Every time DK Metcalf is out, though, he's flashed. He's been used downfield. We've seen some more interesting usage, and it's been exciting. And then on Sunday, DK Metcalf came back, and Jaxon Smith-Njigba still got that incredible usage. We got to see him operating down the seam. We got some deeper targets. We saw some manufactured touches, and we saw the Seahawks finally using him as they should have from day one. I think that Jaxon Smith-Njigba is now going to be breaking out. I think he's going to have a phenomenal end to the season, and I think he could establish himself as that top 24 Dynasty wide receiver moving forward. So yeah, I'm happy to pay him into late first. Again, I don't know if you could maybe get him a bit cheaper, maybe buy him. If someone's trying to sell high because he's had 2 good weeks, maybe you can get a couple of seconds. But look, I'm happy to buy high. If someone wants him, I'm happy to go up, pay that premium, because I really believe the best is yet to come for the guy. And I think JSN could be a league winner this season, next season, and for many, many years to come, because I think Geno Smith is going to get an extension, if not this offseason, the next offseason. I don't think he's going anywhere. And I think this Seattle offense could be a really high-powered one moving forward. Well, that is it. 5 players, buying, selling. Let me know in the comments below. Do you disagree with any of the guys I've mentioned? And of course, we'll be back on Thursday with our weekly preview. And of course, plenty more content coming to you every single